All right, we're just about ready to get started here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Got a couple of guest speakers, got a really exciting presentation for you today. Should be a really good webinar. As usual, we'll be fielding questions through chat and through the Q&A. And I see our guests have arrived, guest speakers have arrived. So let's get started. Before we dive into today's main presentation, quickly remind you all that Ricky did a webinar earlier this month talking about our LMS integration in CloudRadial UCP. He showed off how courses look and work in UCP. More importantly, he addressed the core problems. Users can't access training, leads to more tickets, more security incidents, lost emails, forgotten portals, password fatigue, all of it just creates chaos. So I highly encourage you all to go back and find that recording if you haven't seen it or didn't attend that. The solution he talks about there is beautifully simple. Training courses directly in CloudRadial, the portal they're already using for support tickets, knowledge base access, and convenient app shortcuts and everything else that you provide in your portal. Ricky showed how easy it is to manage those courses. The real game changer is leveraging third-party content from providers and partners like ClipTraining. With them, MSPs can deliver immediate value without creating the content themselves. Today, I've brought a couple of guests here to give you a better sense of what your clients get when you combine CloudRadial UCP with ClipTraining. Mike Chasson is a familiar face to many of you. He's an account manager here at CloudRadial and has set up many of his partners with ClipTraining. To go a bit deeper and show you everything that ClipTraining offers, we have Peter Bruzzese, Chief Evangelist over at ClipTraining. So yeah, let's dive in. Mike, what should our partners know about CloudRadial and ClipTraining?
All right. So, hey, everybody. Like David said, a lot of you probably know me personally. I'm probably your account manager for, some of you out there. For everyone else, if you don't know who your account manager is, I got to do the plug. Please reach out to us at success@cloudradial.com. We'll get you in touch with them if you don't know who it is or you need their meeting link and you want to go over anything we cover today. So ClipTraining is one of the vendors that we work with from a training perspective. Like David said, a lot of my partners are utilizing their solution. I wanted to show you what that integration looks like, what your clients see from a look and feel side of things on CloudRadial, and then give the balance of the time over to our friend, Mr. Bruzzese here to go through the solution and some of the new features that we've been rolling out with them. So let me go ahead and get that pulled up here for you, and we'll go through it. So when you first come into your CloudRadial environment, and this is our demo portal that some of you have probably already seen in other webinars, it's using our new search home. So we're kind of bringing those tiles right to the forefront here. And you'll notice that there's a tile for 365 training. Now, I'm going to go through kind of how we set it all up, but for your end users, their experience of getting to this training content is really as simple as clicking that button on the homepage that you're setting up for them. It's going to bring them right into the ClipTraining environment, their training, their assigned courses, the course library, all the stuff that Mr. Bruzzese will go over shortly. To set it up, it's really simple. I'm going to, in a moment, drop our integration guide in the chat so you can kind of look through it yourself. But the basic idea here is we're going to go into partner, we're going to go to settings, go to your integration page, find that ClipTraining option, and we're going to enable it, right? We're going to turn on that integration. Now, for each client, the next step is to associate them to ClipTraining. So you go in and we look at that client. Each one has a integrations tab. We go to that ClipTraining option for them, and we're just going to put in their portal name. So, for example, if we're looking at like acme.cliptraining.com, we would just put Acme in here, right? So really simple to set up from the CloudRadial side. One of the things that we handle is going through your client list, exporting that, sending it over to the ClipTraining team. Also, we give them the email addresses or 365 domains rather for your clients so that it's completely single sign-on, right? When your user, your end user clicks this button, even if they don't yet have an account, created on the ClipTraining side, we're going to handle setting that up. They don't have to log in somewhere else or set up a new account. It's an easy one button. They get access. And now with that being said, we have also recently updated the pricing and some of the features that we're giving out there. So it's a minimum of 50 a month, 50 cents per user. Really good chance for you guys. I always tell my partners, hey, I'm here to help you make or save as much money as you're paying us every month, right? And this is a really good opportunity to get a return on some of that training, right? We also have internal training available for your users. I wanted to call out, training and some training for 365 and Azure, and I'm sure that Jay Peter here will go through some of that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share again. If you're interested, after you take a look at the ClipTraining side, you want to learn more, please reach out to your account manager, hit us at success@cloudradio.com. Jay Peter, take it away, my friend.
Oh, very good. It is really great to be with you folks today. I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of what was just introduced. Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate that. I'm going to jump over to a demo system. I just wanted to be live on camera for a second so everybody could see me. Just as a quick introduction, as was already mentioned, my name is J. Peter Bruzzese. I'm one of the co-founders of ClipTraining, as well as the chief evangelist, which sounds like it's a made-up thing, but it's not. Actually, it goes back many years. I think the first one was a guy at Apple who used that as his moniker, and I liked it. I'm also a 10-time awarded Microsoft MVP, a global author and advisor, and so forth. My bio is not important. I'm going to jump over to the demo system, and I'm going to show you some of the cool things that we have to share with you today. It was better to leave the other session.
Demo.
You guys can hear me good?
You can.
Excellent. So here you see the ClipTraining portal, and you can see it's a little different from what was just initially shared because of the way that it's integrated. And actually, I really love the way it's integrated into CloudRadio because you have the buttons up at the top for easy navigation. Ultimately, this navigation is slightly different, but all of the same innards. So you start off with the course library. Here you can see a variety of different subjects. The subjects really are focused heavily in this section on Microsoft training. So as you can see, Copilot, Office 365, Microsoft 365 apps, all of this is essential for users to really get up to speed on all of these different solutions, especially with Microsoft constantly fast and furious. Their cadence for delivery of new features, especially with Copilot Teams. Many of you may know that this week is Microsoft Ignite. And so who knows what they're going to release starting today into the rest of the week. So we are responsible for staying on top of the content. We have a ton of different content, all sorts of different subject matters that Microsoft focuses on. We have some additional training as well that, cover a little bit of Mac, a little bit of other things, but this is our primary focus. And as you can see, the way it's designed is all of this content is available once you get into your platform through CloudRadio. You can choose a subject, and then ultimately, once you're in that subject, like let's say if we just go back to Copilot, you choose a subject, and then you can see the table of contents. You see a list of the time commitment for each of those lessons. So you could just start up at the top and work your way down, or find what you need when you need it, watch those videos. Ultimately, when you go to watch a video, it's played through a player that allows you the ability to choose different audio settings. So you can choose the quality, the speed, subtitling. There's 5 different languages available as well. So if you prefer it in a different language, or you can subtitle it in one of these 5 languages as well. There are steps, which give you the ability to see more of a lab feature there so that you can follow the steps along with the video. There's a transcript where you can choose localization up to 135 different languages. All of that is built into the training itself. So from the course library, you choose a channel, you choose a course, you watch a video or videos, and have all of that at your fingertips. The value of this is that all of it is not only trackable in the sense that there's a My Training dashboard, and the user can see what it is that they've been doing. They can see if they've reached any achievements. There's sort of like a trophy room with milestone cards and various trophies, whether it's a medallion or it's a trophy or a combo with glitter. All of that indicates progress. It indicates that that the user or the learner is succeeding and moving forward in their tracks. There's a variety of other types of milestones and awards points and so forth. The platform is a learning platform that includes learning paths that can be created on the administrative side. It includes drip campaigns. All of that is built right in. In addition, there's the ability to add your own content into the platform, which is something that makes it somewhat unique. There are many different learning platforms out there, but some of them are very closed in the sense that you can watch content that's been provided by others, which we have here, or in our case, you can actually add your own content. That content can be not just video, but PDF, document, and so forth. One of the big focus points, though, that we want to highlight here is that while we're worried about all of this Microsoft content and our focus is making sure it's up to date, there's another subject that is super important for all companies around the globe, and that is security. We know how security training not only can be a big budget item for many organizations, and it seems like it's a never-ending item in terms of there's always more that you can provide, more tools on the front end, more email scrubbing solutions, more tools on the back end to in-house to ensure security. But training, what some would call the weakest link, which is the human, is key. And so there's a lot of training out there, but what's nice is our training is built right into the same platform. It makes it easy for you to access. There's a ton of different content. We continue to add to that content. And I know everyone says that, oh, we add to our content, but here, just yesterday, we added this new course. Imagine this, it's a 1-hour course. It includes 52 lessons that focus on all sorts of scenario-based situations that ultimately the user has to worry about. Everything from shadow AI to shadow IT to public printers, public kiosks, the IRS calling, anything and everything we could think of, we put into this course so that ultimately the users are prepared for anything. Now, this is the type of course that could be set up as a drip campaign where you can set it up for 52 weeks. And so for a full year, once a week, they will watch another video. Or you could set it up as a learning paths where they have to watch all 52 of them. The value here again is that the content is updated and constantly evolved. So we have additional courses. There's a fundamentals course. It allows them to grow. There's a holistic course. This is end user awareness content. So this is one way that we provide security awareness training for users. Another way is through a monthly insights video. So this is our security insights. This is special. I say that, I'm saying it's special, but primarily I'm saying that because ultimately I'm the host of Security Insights. So every month we build a new Security Insights video and release it. And the reason why this is unique is that we create it the month of. So we try to focus on what is the latest security threat, whether it's something that's coming through email or a smishing scenario, QR codes, whatever it is, whatever is the most recent threat based on the news, based upon government warnings and so forth. That's what we put out there. And so sometimes we actually do have special editions as well, depending on what's happening in the world. So for example, in season 7, we did a special edition because it was right after the hurricanes, and it seemed like there were more and more attacks that were being based off of people wanting to be generous, donating to various charities and such. Some of them were fraudulent. And so we built a security insight specifically around that. So when there's a security insights, it gets launched. It goes out to all of the users that have it selected if it's turned on. And we recommend everyone keep it turned on because ultimately it's a short video. You can see it's 2, 3, there was one that was a little longer, but for the most part, we try to keep it under 5 minutes. And so this is one aspect of training. The other thing that we do is there's a quiz that's attached to it. So it's Security Insights Plus. If the plus is turned on, you can take the quiz. And ultimately, you watch the video, you take the quiz. And then that all leads back to the My Training dashboard, where you can see that there's a gamification attached to it as well, where your insight score can go up based upon watching the latest ones, passing the quiz. And then it's rated on a 4-month basis. So the last 4 security insights ultimately lead to your insight score. So this is another, way that we stay on top of security threats and help customers and their people to stay on top of these threats is by providing this form of training as well. In addition, as far as training is concerned, we're going to show you something else, but it was mentioned earlier that we have IT pro training. And so This is on the IT side, for those that are responsible for your networks and such. We have a ton of content in here, valuable content, especially I think this one right up here, Certified Ethical Hacker. This is almost a 50-hour course that was provided to us by ACI Learning, and it is fantastic. It really does help to bolster the security within your organization when it comes to those who are responsible for maintaining it at the IT level. So there's simpler courses, security fundamentals. It's only 7 hours, but this one is the enterprise course here, Certified Ethical Hacker. So, and then you can see there's a variety of others, including CompTIA Security Plus, and then it goes into Microsoft's solutions and such. So Azure. So plenty of good content there on a variety of different subjects. That's the training angle. In addition, however, we were looking at the course library, we were looking at content, and we were saying, okay, we have a ton of great content, and it covers all sorts of subject matters, again, within Microsoft, Windows, and all of that. We have security awareness content, but we looked at our platform and we said, this is something we can build and add on to. We already have content creation. We have a policy management tool as well, where you can distribute policies to, it's not the 90s anymore where you want to send policies through email. You can actually have it all be all digitized, where whether it's a social media policy or a full-on company policy, work, days off policy, whatever it is. And we even encourage, in terms of policies, we encourage from a security perspective, the use of policy to help guide things like shadow AI and generative AI use. So here you can see there are some templates that are already built regarding AI use. And we feel that, customers, they really need to focus on all of these different things, but provide them in a way that's super easy for folks to be able to access them, read them, attest to them, and move on with their life. For me, whenever I've been given a policy in the past, you would typically sign it, send it back in some way, bring it to HR, or take a picture of it, send it to HR. But what's nice here is that you have the ability to see the policies that you've signed in the past, and then ultimately you can always refer back to them, as opposed to oftentimes policies just get thrown in a drawer or thrown away, and then you don't remember what the policy was. But here you always have it at your fingertips. So once we realized, we have this platform that we can just continue to add to and continue to extend, we decided to add the next layer. And the next layer was actually something that we see a lot of organizations doing these days, which is they handle their security training by providing fake phishing emails into the organization. So you're sitting there doing your normal workday, and an email comes in and it looks real. You click the link and boom, you're punished. You click the link you shouldn't have. It was a fake phishing email that was designed to trick you. And they do a good job. That's their job, to trick you. So ultimately, we find that a lot of folks have those types of solutions. We thought we could add a spin to it and provide something that would work a little better right into the platform. So here you can see the security hub. And what this does is it allows customers to push out phishing, smishing, and scenario-based assessments through the portal. So ultimately, it's not tricking anyone. Everyone knows that they're in the portal. They know that it's not something that is going to be punishment afterwards. They know it's training, and they get shown the option of an email. They can choose to go through that email and see what's wrong with it. Once they answer the questions, they get a score, and ultimately they can move on with their life. If they need more training because they're not seeing some of the dilemmas with those emails, well, then the value there is that they get the training that they need. The difference between this type of training and fake simulation training, where emails come in and then there's punitive training on the back end, the difference is that everyone gets trained, as opposed to just the 5 or 6 that happen to click the link. And we don't necessarily know why the others didn't click the link. It's possible that they didn't see the email, or it went into junk, or they have a rule that purposely puts that stuff into junk, or maybe their next door neighbor is a buddy and said, hey, by the way, that email's fake, don't click it. So now this is a shift in the paradigm. Everyone gets the email that says, hey, it's time for your next security assessment. Everyone has to log into their platform and take it. The scores are gathered by everyone. Now you can really start to see who really need more training, who are the weakest of your weak links. And from there, provide that training. And so ultimately, we feel we've created a really nice platform overall. It includes all of these different features that add value to the training aspect, the employee training and enablement aspect of your life. So I'm going to pause and see if David, Mike, am I missing anything? Is there anything that I haven't covered that you'd like for me to share?
No, there is one question in the Q&A asking a little bit more about the translation and the different language options. Would you mind touching on that again,
Sure.
Bruce?
Okay, so ultimately in the course library, our content, it used to be hosted directly through Azure, and Microsoft did a great job with hosting the content, but they deprecated their media services solution. So I'm just giving you some history. So when they deprecated that, what it meant is that now when we stream content, it's not so much a stream as a download. And that may not be the best thing for some of our customers, especially around the globe. So what we did was we moved our video streaming over to Vimeo. The value of that, here I'll show you, I'll jump into one of the courses. The value of that is that Vimeo also has an AI dubbing scenario. So when you go into the platform and you're watching content, it's the Vimeo player that you see here. And so as a result, you can turn on different subtitles and languages. You can choose different audio, and it's AI generated audio, which we've, in the past, we were concerned about how good is that going to be, and it turns out it's fantastic. They do a really great job of turning these videos into a variety of different languages. We have 5 currently, German, Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. But we have the ability to go with, I think the Vimeo solution uses 11 labs, which gives us up to 50 different languages. So our plan is to extend this. And when it happens, nothing will change on your end. Ultimately, one day you'll go in and you'll see 6 languages or 7 languages. And so if any of you actually have a need for a different language than what we have here, please let us know, because we're trying to decide what our next language will be. We just went with the 5 that we knew our current customer base would really appreciate. So the next one we were thinking of is
it looks
Japanese.
like 2 partners have asked specifically about Italian, and that is there. So for the partners who asked, yes, it looks like Italian is supported. And for the quick CloudRadial plug, of course, we also support some translation. So set up a meeting with your account manager. I think you did a great job going through it. My partners really like the content, especially some of the shorter form stuff, right? If I want to use Copilot to write an email and that's all I want to do for it, there's a 2-minute and 3-second video I can watch. I don't have to watch a 30-minute video on how to use Copilot in every scenario. I can really finely tune what I want to learn, right? So the clients at my partners' ends have really taken it up. It's been very successful on our end, and I always like working with your team quite a lot. You're one of the best vendors to work with for sure. So if you guys want to learn more about it, please reach out, let us know. We have some time left for the Q&A if there's anything else out there that's you guys want to know.
Give it a couple of minutes to see if there's any other questions. But yes, Peter, I'd like to echo Mike's thank you. This was enlightening. It was really interesting to learn a little bit more about the ClipTraining platform and kind of figure out how to run my kids through some of these security courses so they stop bugging me and I can actually get some more work done.
I didn't know you guys were on. I knew you had started the new season of Security Insights, but I didn't know the second episode was up. I'm a big fan. Just to let you know, I know you record them. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, and we just started also M365 Insights, which I love the way in your platform you can just click up at the top for each one,
Yep.
And they're both there. M365 Insights, we're in season 1, and we're actually doing 12 episode seasons for M365 Insights.
Okay.
And the one we just released is really a problem that I was having, where they changed the user interface. Here, I'll click into it. The M365 Copilot homepage. So now, because I use Outlook on the web for all of my Outlook, I don't use installed Outlook anymore.
Sure.
And so when I would go in to access it, now they've made it so that when you log into M365, it gives you Copilot as the first thing. I couldn't find my Outlook. It was all over the place. They're going to continue to do that. They're going to continue to make Copilot front and center in all the things that we do. So it's our job to try to create courses that focus on that, certainly. But also what I like about M365 Copilot Insights is it gives us a chance to immediately get information in front of folks. So you don't have to wait for a course to come out over this Copilot homepage thing. we took a 3-minute video and we gave you all the information you need right now. And so these are launched monthly as well, the middle of the month. So Security Insights go out around the 1st, and M365 Insights goes out around the 15th. Yeah, and it's all just part of the platform.
Like I said, my partner's clients have all really liked it. We did get a couple questions coming in that we'll answer. So with the CloudRadial integration, how does the reporting work between ClipTraining and CloudRadial? This is something David might be able to speak to a little bit more, but right now, a lot of that reporting is on the ClipTraining side. If you want to kind of show that off, Mr. Bruzzese, that would be great. And then the IT training named users. So yeah, the internal training for your technicians or for the partners technicians has been really useful. I really like that you guys have like, the CompTIA certification course for network and security, but then you also have those essential courses because maybe you've got like, a sales engineer or something that needs to know the basics of networking, but he's never going to take that certification course, right? So there's multiple levels there. You guys can, I believe those named user licenses can be transferred. So, reach out to the account manager. I can get you set up with those licenses as well. And they are 15 per month for those internal training courses. And then
you'd mentioned reporting. So we have a dashboard, so it's at a glance information, but also, we have reporting, we have scheduled reports, there's user activity. You can get reporting on course activity. And the value of that too is that, let's say you've put your own content in. And as I mentioned, it doesn't have to just be that you put in video content, but you can put in PDFs or documents or PowerPoints, Excel spreadsheets, whatever it is you have. And we understand that not everybody makes videos like we do. Although we do try, with our help, we do try to provide help for content creators on how to create content. We also have a great course for those who are kind of novices on this and they want to get a little better at it. ClipChamp is a solution from Microsoft. It's a 2-hour course that provides more information. I typically use Camtasia and also DaVinci Resolve. So those are a little bit more, a little bit more powerful, more professional. But at least if you're just wanting to get started in video, there is a course on that. But if you have other, content, you're welcome to put it into the platform. And then the reporting gives you the ability to see how the courses are doing, what the results are. But also there's also reporting on your learning paths and drip campaigns and so forth, so that you can see how people are doing. If you're using the Clip Shield solution, which is the phishing simulation, there's reporting on that as well. So you can see how people are doing. You need that at every step of the way. Policy manager, there's reporting on that too. So there's no shortage of reporting. And the more granular you want, you can do it. So you can do it at a high level, get that dashboard view, or you can get it, right down to the user and what they're doing every second of the day if you want.
And the good news is not only can the MSP themselves look at that reporting across their client base, but they can also assign, company admins to look at their own employees at the client sites, their training and what's been assigned and what they've completed and all of that. And like I said, we can fill you in a little bit more on that with your account management team. Send us an email, set up a meeting. Thank you very much for coming over and doing this with us. I look forward to working with you some more.
Yes. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, everyone who attended. Enjoy the rest of your day.